Hello! So, do you teach languages online? I don't talk much about teaching over here on YouTube, but I wanted to just do a quick video to let you know about a couple of things that I do for online language teachers, just in case you're watching this or you've ever watched a video here on YouTube and you're like, I teach, but you've never heard me talk about it. So here we go. This is something I do. So one of these things is the Teach Languages Online podcast. So this is a generally weekly podcast. It depends how busy I get, but generally weekly. And I tend to have like a 4-week kind of cycle of episodes. So we start off the month by, I often bring on my husband, Ashley, he's a primary school teacher, and we'll talk about like pedagogy, theories and stuff like this, and like learning theories, all of that, and get really sciencey with it. And then the second week in this little cycle tends to be the creative stuff. So this is where we share actual ideas for using in your online language lessons of activities and things like that. A lot of these are taken from 100 Creative Ideas. I'll link to that in the show notes. That's my kind of ebook and kind of digital guide. There's like templates and stuff as well as just the book about those activities, right? There's over 100, well over 100 actually in the book. And then the third week is the hidden stuff. So this is the stuff that, you know, you don't learn in your TEFL certificate. You don't learn teaching English or French or whatever in schools for years and years. The weird stuff, the marketing, the emails, the how to run a website, all of that, right? That's in the third week. We cover all of that. And then the fourth week is your stuff. So this is where I answer your questions. From time to time, I might bring on another online language teacher and for a little interview, and we'll talk it all out. So yeah, it's kind of a little bit different to the rest of the cycle, if you like. So if you are interested in teaching languages online, then you should definitely check that out. There's a good back catalogue of episodes already for you to enjoy. I'll leave a link in the description below, and you can also just search Teach Languages Online wherever you get your podcasts. You'll be able to subscribe and leave a review if you do enjoy the podcast, because that really helps to like boost in the rankings and the charts, all of that stuff, right? And yeah, the other reason I wanted to talk about teaching today on YouTube is because very, very soon I am hosting something brand new for online language teachers with Kerstin. It's called Teach and Thrive. It's very, very exciting, and I'll let her tell you a little bit more about it.
Hello!
Hey Lindsay, hey people.
I don't know if you've ever been on my YouTube channel before.
I don't think so. I don't think I've been on anybody's YouTube channel. That's not true.
You have a
One of
YouTube
the
channel.
top 5 YouTube channels I've ever been on.
Cool. Well, it's
Yeah,
weird.
only
'Cause
5.
we talk a lot, obviously, on podcasts, but to talk like this when we're sat in front of each other's computers and actually see each other is quite unusual. So this is cool. But you're here today. I've invited you to share a little bit more about Teach and Thrive. So if you're watching, you will have just flipped from me in my chair saying that Kerstin's going to appear, and now Kerstin's appeared. So Kerstin, what's Teach and Thrive?
Hey, Teach and Thrive. I'm very excited. Teach and Thrive is a collaborative project that Lindsay and I are bringing into the world, which sounds very boring. So what it is that is exciting is it's a workshop series, monthly masterclass workshops. So we'll give you training, and it is a project that Lindsay and I are launching, not for language learners, but for language teachers, language creators, anyone who's kind of got an ambitious project in their mind, who's got a dream project they want to launch. We get so many inquiries because we have online teaching businesses from people with dreams like that, you know, and it's anything from how do I get more students to do more one-to-one to how do I stop getting more students because I have too much work and start doing something else, or how do I write a book, how do I get creative. And I love answering those questions and haven't really put together a training for years. So I'm super excited because this is a 2019 up-to-date workshop series, and Lindsay, you're involved. Yay!
Yeah, I think that last thing you mentioned is the cool thing about it as well. The fact that it's up to date is that, you know, every month there's the new training. It's not like here's the stuff as it stands at the day that this launches and there you go forever and ever. No,
Yeah.
It's up to date. And the other very cool thing about it in terms of being up to date is
It's chosen. We don't have a set curriculum. Instead, we ask our Teach and Thrive members, which is you, possibly if you're watching this, to suggest topics, vote on what you want to hear about, and we actually train you on what you want to know, so what you need most, so that when a Teach and Thrive member is in the group, is in the community, and they really need help writing a website, and we were thinking between us maybe, oh yeah, we'll do some training on whatever, like how to edit a podcast, and they don't care. You have a chance of telling us, that's not what I want. I really want to hear about this, and we will listen and we will make the training that you need the most. And that is super exciting for us as teachers, because we want to teach useful stuff, right?
And yeah, and the first two, we should clarify, the first two have been decided, because otherwise it'd be absolute chaos.
Yeah.
Trying to like open this up and they'd be like, what do you want to learn in a week? Quick, make the thing. So the first two we've decided, and you're teaching the very first session in July 11th is the first one.
Yes. I will be teaching about your brand and your voice. So when you are expressing yourself, you are writing, you are sharing marketing messages online, it's very difficult to feel like you've found your voice and like you're speaking in a way that is true to you. So I will talk a little bit about that, and how that automatically means the more true to yourself you are, the more you stand out. These are kind of, I don't know, Instagram motivational messages that you see sometimes, sort of be true to yourself, but it's difficult to put it into practice. So I'm going to talk about ways to actually make that actionable. That's month 1, and month 2 I think we can share as well. I'm mega excited. I can't wait for that one, because I don't know how to do YouTube.
So month 2 is getting better at video, and I'm planning, fingers crossed, it should all be good because it will be August, so summer holidays, planning to bring on Ashley, my sort of filmmaker husband, is my filmmaker husband
sort of husband
who deals with all the video side of things here at Lindsay's Languages, and you know, he made the videos for Language Stories. He filmed all of Language Stories, painstakingly sat, like we went without a tripod, you know, so like filmed all of that stuff, knows how to work camera, how to get everything working, so he'll be there to help explain everything for me. And yeah, I think that's something that, you know, not just, you mentioned YouTube, but not just YouTube, I think beyond that, video is like such an important skill, and getting better at it in terms of your video confidence as well, and how you feel on video, because it can be really quite nerve-wracking and quite scary and terrifying in the beginning. So that's month 2, and then it's all up to you really. So it's exciting. We've got a list of topics, and members, Teach and Thrive members, you'll get to vote on what you want the most, and then we'll kind of go from there really. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's
and it's 6 months. We're running for 6 months.
We are. Yeah. In the first instance, so we'll see how you like it. If it's carnage, it's not going to happen anymore after 6 months, but we are hoping that 6 months will turn out to be the perfect time span for you to, you know, because basically we're kicking you off in July and you've got till Christmas, and I think it's a really good time span to set yourself a goal, to start working on something that, or, you know, consider working on something that you've perhaps sat on for ages, because God knows, I only need to look to my left and there's a pile of ideas that I haven't realized. So realizing ideas is a challenge and a reward and a wonderful thing that you can do when you've got your own business. And I've seen too many people get frustrated. So we hope that July till Christmas is actually the perfect time span for you to start something truly awesome.
Definitely. I think it's a nice way to kind of go to the end of the year as well, to end in December.
Yeah, true.
It works quite nicely. So we are filming this slightly in advance, but at the time you're watching this, if you're watching before July, I'm just going to double check on my calendar, July the 7th.
Double checking, triple checking on my calendar, July the 7th.
Excellent. So doors close July 7th, and the first session will be July the 11th with Kerstin. So if you're watching this in time, do get on board, and the link will be in the description below, so you can sign up ready for Teach and Thrive. And we're very, very excited to see you on the inside and to get started with this.
And of course, if you've got any questions about it before you join, or you're not sure, don't hesitate to let us know. We're excited for you to join. We are absolutely open to any kind of questions. And even if you've got more suggestions, you want to suggest more topics, we've got about 20, many ideas between us,
Like a
but
lot of ideas.
that doesn't. These are still only 2 brains, so the more you contribute, the better. And it really is supposed to be a community where you have to say as well.
You just reminded me of something else just before we wrap up. You said that we're 2 brains. I think that's something that's really quite beautiful about this, really, is that we've worked together a lot, so we understand each other and we're quite similar, but at the same time we're also very different.
Very different.
I think that's really good, because it's sometimes if you take a course or you learn with someone else about how to do a thing and they do it slightly differently to you, and then you feel like, oh, well, if that's the way to do it, because that's what the course says, that's what the teacher says, and I don't want to do it that way, then does that mean that I'm not supposed to do this thing? So actually having 2 different perspectives on this is going to be really helpful, quite invaluable, and quite rare. I don't really know of many opportunities for that sort of thing. So yeah, that's another thing we're excited to bring with Teach and Thrive.
Yeah. So what's left to say except 7th of July? You've only got a few days left, and this is your chance to kind of kick yourself into gear before. I keep saying before Christmas. Don't think about Christmas yet. You're probably sweating. It's July, but this is such a cool chance, and I'll see you on the inside, I guess.
See you there. Bye.
Bye.
Ta-da! So if you're interested in Teach and Thrive, the link to that is in the description as well. And yeah, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Let me know. You can email me at any time, and I will hopefully see you in Teach and Thrive if you teach languages online. If not, I'll see you back here on YouTube next time. All right, thank you. Don't forget to subscribe for regular language learning videos, and I will see you very soon. Thank you. Bye.